Very good afternoon, and I must thank the organizers before I begin my talk. How will this move? Yeah, thank you. So as Dr. Manoj was right, that the hall is less occupied as we were expecting, and looking at the topics, it should have been more occupied because this is the future. I think the entire technology-based discussions are being held here, and this is the future. This is the future of diabetes. We've talked enough of the molecules almost remain the same. We have almost traveled our journey of insulins. Now it's the time for journey of devices maybe. So with that, I'll be talking about, we have learned about stand-alone glucometers. Dr. Rajiv also mentioned, Dr. Manoj also mentioned that we are living in the era of SMBG, that is self-management of blood glucose, self-monitoring of blood glucose. So we have known the concept of stand-alone glucometers, and we all have it, I think, in multiple numbers at our clinics. Now this is the time that we have something made in India. Yes, the made in India glucometers, they are not stand-alone glucometers, they are smartphone dependent glucometers. So we are talking about a comprehensive and connected care. I wish I could use all those words which I have just picked up, the artificial intelligence, the repeated nudging that we require. So we are going to talk about a concept, we are talking of smartphone dependent glucometers, right? So this is going to be an entire journey which we have learned, and we learned it from past 10 years, but we actually expertised in past 2 years. COVID has taught us how to become experts in technology. Even my 70-year-old father now knows what is login, what is mute, what is switch on your videos and Zoom meetings. So that was very difficult to teach to our older generations, but we taught them, and our children, they picked up so well the online classes. Now I think they teach us what we really don't know still. So this is about the technology advancement which COVID taught us, and I'm talking about digitalization of diabetes. We started digitalization of diabetes long back, but we mastered it in past 2 years. So let me talk about what is the paradigm shift that we experienced in past 2 years, and how we can really make prevention, care, and prevention of complications easier with technology. So this is what we are talking. We are very used to all these touch machines, touch, biometrics. We know everything about the touch concept. Our screens are all touch screens nowadays. The use of internet has skyrocketed in the past few years, and especially the last 2 years. And do you have the concept of penetration? We are not talking of only urbanization. This has got nothing to do with urbanization. If you look, we have only 56 urban population, but the internet users or the mobile users are more than 70%. So even the rural population is now very much tech savvy. They may not know English, they may not know how to communicate, but they know how to Zoom login. They know how to use a smartphone, how to use a WhatsApp. They all know. They do chat in Hindi, but they do chat. So that is the penetration of internet, that is the penetration of mobiles. And how many of us really use mobile for almost everything? Social media, Facebook, Insta handles, whatnot. And that same holds for now using our mobiles as a display screen. Why not use our mobile screen also as a glucometer screen? Why do we need a separate glucometer? So that was the concept which was given to us, and we have two of the glucometers which are smartphone dependent, and out of that, one of them is the beta glucometer, which is of course a device which is manufactured in India. It is absolutely battery free, does not require any battery, no charging is required. You just need to plug in with your smartphones, and then your smartphones get converted into a display meter. The test strip remains the same, the procedure of testing the blood glucose remains the same, the glucose oxidase reagent remains the same, but the electrode that is generated, that is converted into a display, and that is calculated by the device and is displayed on your smartphones. So that is the technology. But moving beyond the device, it's not about the device we are talking here, we are talking about the concept here, and the concept is a digitalization of diabetes, which begins from the patient. Any concept today we are talking is always patient-centered. So anything, any technology, it will always begin from the patient. And with the patient begins the digital care. The moment the patient checks the blood glucose, the data gets collected. This data is collected through sensors and other variables. There are a lot many. I'll talk to you about that. And this data is automatically transferred to your physician, to your relatives, to your near and dear ones who really care to know what is your blood glucose. Then that data is analyzed as well. And after analysis and interpretation, the patient gets a review and the right decision algorithms. And also the patient gets individualized nudging, as Dr. Kobil was mentioning. We need nudges, that is alerts. So the patient gets individualized nudging, individualized diet plans, individualized care. And that individualized care is converted into a clinical recommendation which helps not only in prevention of complications, better diabetes management, and also it makes the patient feel very much wanted and cared. So the quality of life, the depression or the sad attitude associated with diabetes is done away with, and the patient feels, wow, somebody is caring for me. So it turns positive. So that is the positive experience of the entire concept of digitalization of diabetes. It is not only diabetes, and their market is flooded. Right, beginning from your eyes, the contact lenses you are using. It's not something, some fiction Hindi movie or some fiction movie. Really, in the real world also, there are contact lenses which are transferring the data. There are wearables, your smartphones, your new Apple phone watch, your Apple Watch, it gives you the ECG right on your hand, and that ECG or electrocardiogram can be transferred to your physician right away. The socks you are wearing, there are no SIMs or chips, but yes, those socks can also act as smart socks. They can give you venous pumping. Then your weighing machine, your all the apps, your all wearables, your BP monitoring, your smart drugs are there. So there are all these high-end technology devices which have changed the concept of health. The entire concept of health is now mHealth, that is your mobile health. So the new word is the digitosome. What is digitosome? The entire data that is collected by the help of your digital devices, the entire data that is translated into research data, and that entire research data which has given you the entire literature, everything coming from the digitalization of the concept is summed up by a new word, that is digitosome. And this word digitosome was given by Fageresi, and this includes a lot of wearables, and all these wearable digital devices help in the prevention of diabetes, helps in care of diabetes, and also helps in prevention of diabetic complications. It also gives us a lot of data that can be used for our research purposes. Artificial intelligence can be developed, and we can develop all the algorithms that can be utilized for the diabetes prevention and the diabetes management. So this is the era of digitosomes. And Beto is just one app. If you just go for your app stores or the Play stores in Android, the stores are bombarded with such apps which will give you a lot many concepts. There is one-drop diabetes management, My Sugar apps, there is Healthify Me, there is nutritional apps, and a lot more. But out of all the apps, why I'm talking of one particular device here? Because this is a comprehensive care which is giving me one-stop solution for everything. Beginning from monitoring, screening, measuring, nudging, giving you medical store there, giving you all your shop consumables you can purchase. Important point, as Dr. Kobil was saying, the device is very costly. This takes the technology to every doorstep, because this device is in the pocket of everybody. Every individual can afford it. It is made in India device, no battery required, no charging required, easy to use, individualized care, a diet support, diet coaches are there. You can also consult doctors very much there. You can get the prescriptions on your doorstep. Those prescriptions are immediately honored if you just push a button. Those medicines are delivered at your data, at your doorstep, and this one app gives you a complete, no exhausting memory where you can keep all your records at one place. They will also show you your trend also the public trend. So you can compare your trend with the public trend, and also you can follow up your own trend, that how are you doing. And it is a very easy something that you can really carry anywhere, a very small device, lightweight. I also touched it today for the first time, but it is absolutely lightweight. So we are done away with standalone glucometers. Why do we need extra device? We can use our own smartphones for the same. We are done away with all these old methods of venous sampling. We have a very handy small curved device which can be, it is adapted with a C-pen. We do not still have it with the iPhone compatible mode, but the next iPhone is coming up with the C-pen, so we don't need to bother. The Apple has probably picked it up from us. So we have the Indian innovation, smartphones compatible and extremely affordable. And the result is that we are reaching almost every doorstep. The technology remains the same as I talked, the amperometry method, that is the electromechanical method, the strip remains the same, the glucose oxidase enzyme remains the same, the electrode transfer, and depending upon the glucose content of the blood, the reading is displayed. And the accuracy, the question comes, the accuracy is measured by the ISO standards, and you will find that less than 100, all the values fall within plus minus 15, and above 100, all the values are again within plus minus 15. So the regression analysis reports are matching the ISO standards to the tune of 95%. And this device is EC certified, so we have no more challenges. And if you look at the app and the retaining capacity of the app, you will find that we have the retainment of almost to the tune of 60%, and that growing, as I was talking in the last 2 years, the COVID has given us a real push in technology, and you will find that the rising trend is that we have more than 70% subscribers, and they are not from tier 1 cities, but from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. These are the various papers that we have presented. Now this is the ADA accepted paper where we are talking about the reduction in postprandial blood glucose and preprandial blood glucose, reduction in fasting, and also reduction in random blood glucose. This paper was presented in ADA. Another paper presented in ATTD, that is reduction in postprandial hypoglycemic incidences, reduction in preprandial hypoglycemic incidences, fasting hypos, and the nocturnal hypos. So significant reduction in hypoglycemia was reported by the use of the new Beto app and the Beto glucometers. The device, I don't have time to run this video. You can go to YouTube and you can find it there, please. I'm sorry for that because I can see this 2 minutes. So this is the typical journey that the patient is diagnosed diabetic. He's given a glucometer. He's given a reminder that yes, please time to check your sugars. Patient checks the sugar, the data is transferred to the physician as well as to the relatives. The patient gets a personalized prescription. The patient orders personalized medicines which are delivered to his doorstep, and the patient books up another appointment. So it is a one-stop algorithm, one-stop solution for all your digital diabetes care. But nowhere we are replacing doctors, huh? We are there still. No digitalization can replace us, don't worry. So this is the actual journey of Beto, how we monitor, how we carry the trends, how we consult, how we analyze, how we replace and refill, and how we care. So this is a new frontier, new technology, no more challenges. We have a mobile-based device now. You can carry your smartphones. It's a smartphone-dependent glucometer, and the key word remains that all approaches are always patient-centered. So this is a paradigm shift in digital diabetology over the last 10 years. The digital health that we are talking, I'm rushing through because I want to show you my paper. This is the paper we presented in Asian SEPCon 2021. We are recommending a significant reduction in hypoglycemia by the use of smartphone-dependent glucometers. This is another paper we presented in ATTD, representing the drop in hypoglycemic episodes. So this is the future, as I was talking, that the entire future is being discussed in these 4 walls where we have very less number of audience, but I hope the online audience are more. The challenges in technology remain cost, which we have overcome, insufficient evidence, which is again we have overcome, data protection and security remains 100%. The only challenge which is not quoted and remains is education. We still need more education. We are all, I'm sorry sir, just one more second. So there are specific FDA recommendations for the mobile health also. And we have to remember that. So the term used is medical device data system, and we are fully compliant with the data system, and the device and the app and the technology is FDA approved. So this is the future. The digital diabetology should be considered as a support system, not a replacement. So we are always there with the patients and now with the technology advancements also. So this is the future, the key takeaways. Digital technology improving the diabetes prevention, care and outcome. It controls fasting, PP as well as HbA1c. So we as doctors are needed to keep ourselves updated and also pass on the technology advancements to our patients. Thank you so much.